Clearly keeping options open is the name of the game. Nature's Prophet is still there. With what they have, likely not to see it. I do like the idea of Nature's Prophet. In fact, let me take a look at the overall stats for these qualifiers so far. Where is Nature's Prophet? He's above average, 31 games being seen. He's got a 65% win percentage. So, yeah, he's actually, I want to say, like 15th place as far as the most picked heroes right now in these qualifiers overall between all the regions. So that's not surprising to me. Obviously, when it comes to that global presence, they talked about with the Outpost, with all the couriers, and especially as a support role, it feels like Nature's Prophet is a very, very powerful hero to be abused even, but probably not going to be seen this game with what we have so far, at least. I had mentioned Crystal Maiden as well. The most picked hero right now in these qualifiers at 72 matches. Next in line is Tiny with 56. So Crystal Maiden's seen a lot. And, oh, by the way, she's 68% win percentage. To be the most picked hero by a lot and 68% win percentage, that is pretty absurd. Why is Crystal Maiden not seen in either of these games at this point is honestly beyond me. But again, I go back to, with what we have so far, is likely not going to be seen. They do go back to Chaos Knight, so I guess DoZe's just more of a comfort pick there for him. Ice Queen. Ice Queen did farm very well early on last game. It's just the transition. It felt awkward. It felt off. Fighting PandaS came online a little sooner with that mid-Leshrac, the Roma Spear Breaker, etc. It just felt like CK could never really keep up with the pace of the game. You got to wonder, maybe if he goes something like a Hand of Midas instead, is that the case or not? But I know they nerfed Hand of Midas, right? They made, I think, the recipe cost even more now. So I don't know. Point is, don't know if I'm sold on the recipe cost increased by another 100 on the Hand of Midas there. So. But point is, I don't know if CK is really the answer here, but they are going to try to make it work. When it comes to AoE, being able to take out the Phantasms, I suppose it's not the greatest right now for fighting PandaS, so maybe that's what they like. Options, though, Gyrocopter is still there. There's a lot of catch, a lot of reach, though, so maybe Gyrocopter not the best choice for them. They go Magnus. Interesting. So they're setting up for that final pick to take advantage, especially of that Empower.
Dire team ban.
Hey, you see the Juggernaut ban coming out immediately, so obviously one of the top candidates. I mean, Lifestealer's there. Now, I know Lifestealer is almost considered like more of a support hero now in some cases. I don't know what to expect with Lifestealer, though, with that Infest change and everything, but Lifestealer with an Empower buff potentially could go with that Radiance as well. It feels like is actually a decent pick here. Yeah, that's with not really knowing too much about the patch just yet, as it's still very new. And also, where is this Magnus going to end? Is this going to be another mid-Magnus? It actually could be. It's either that or the mid-Venomancer, you'd figure.
Dire team pick.
Well, the band the Razor still left on the board. That's incorrect. Vengeful was nerfed. Okay. Sure. I don't know, just like glancing at it, it feels like that could potentially be a buff in some cases. Because it still provides damage in the sense of the primary attribute bonus and then attack range on top of that. But I suppose later game it's not as much damage as it was before. So that's maybe where the nerf happens, I suppose. Anyways, okay, there you go. There's the Lifestealer. Yeah, it is going to be the Lifestealer option. Eternal Envy likely to play it. So again, it feels really good right here. He could infest inside that Venom or even the Magnus and buff them up while inside, and of course then pop out and do his own thing. So yeah, I really like the Lifestealer pick here for sure. Has the protection of Oracle as well, even with the Batrider Lasso threat being there. So yeah, it makes sense. Rage is going to be powerful. DoZe, how do they break through this final pick Lifestealer? They need a mid laner likely as their final pick now. TA? You don't want to TA into a Veno, actually, so never mind. Ooh,
Templar
okay,
assesses your
well, I mean, I called it, but that's one of those I'm not happy I called for them because, yeah, they just picked up TA into a Venomancer. Not the most ideal option. It is going to be a mid Magnus, and I am almost a little surprised at that considering they have a TA they're matched up against. Again, Venomancer feels like it's pretty damn good against her, but I mean, it could just still they honestly could just swap snaking. So this is the other thing too. We saw this in game one. I think it's getting to a point where it's fair to say Fighting Pandas, they are doing a role swap because Moomeander's playing an Oracle right here, and Snake King's playing the Venomancer. For those that didn't see last game, Moomeander played a Spear Breaker and Snake King played the Omni Knight, and it was an Omni Knight off lane Spear Breaker position 4. So I guess it's a role change for the Fighting Pandas is what they're looking at. We'll see how this plays out, which, again, I find very interesting, more so for Moomeander, who's been in that offlane role for so long. But, again, the game did change quite a bit with this latest patch. So if you're going to be changing roles, what better time than now, I suppose. Yeah, just again, TA, I like the idea of TA into the matchup against Lifestealer, but then at the same time, dealing with that Venomancer, I really wonder if they're going to have the Venom mid, or if they just may say, you know, Venomancer is, of course, still going to be great against TA throughout the game as well. You don't necessarily need the mid matchup at this point. It's a lot of matches played. Well, here we go. Game 2. Fighting Pandas off to that 1-0 start. DoZe is trying to split the series in this 2-game series that we have here.
Where do you think you'll go? Yes.
So Venomancer, he is walking towards the top lane right now, so yeah, no sign of going mid at this point for the Venomancer. And the Fighting Panda is looking to control this bottom rune. Gonna hide in the trees. Don't think they're gonna get too much action though. Unless for some reason Chaos Knight goes in there blindly. Doesn't seem to be the case.
30 seconds to battle.
So Batrider's being played by Speed. He's their support player. Pingu's their offlane player. So they're actually running a core Vengeful this game technically. With Sand King Batrider supports. Really. But Sand King does have a Quelling Blade though, so maybe he is planning to farm. Huh.
The battle begins.
Uh-oh. CK, he's going to try to go for it. He can't click it in time. A good attempt right there. I don't think he's dying here. He's just going to take a lot of damage, right? Oh, maybe, actually. I was coming over. Hey, Pop's tag team. That is a kill. I didn't notice Tusk was coming over, so Eternal Envy will get the first blood. They also got the split in bounty runes. Certainly the much better situation there for Fighting Pandas. And it is our mid matchup of Magnus versus T. Is Magnus just a mid hero now? Back-to-back games. Magnus mid. Both teams do it, and maybe that is something with the patch, I suppose. Or if that's just coincidence.
I say no.
It's a fun feeling when you call the last 2 picks of the draft. Again, I don't know if that's good or bad, though. Like I said, I do like the Lifestealer pick, but the Templar Assassin is the little bit of the concern. Being that she's dealing with a core Venom on the other side. And early on, it's Magnus is actually winning the CS war 7-0. Bottom lane, Ice Queen goes down again. Pingu, who I suppose is actually playing a support Vengeful this game, so we have some player role swaps going on. Can't do enough to protect his teammates, so the aggressive trialing of the Fighting Pandas coming through there. Courier goes down in the middle. It's a Bryle not necessarily paying the most attention to his career, and that means he's not going to have that bracer, unfortunately, as well as the no gold gain as far as the static gold goes. Vengeful, he's definitely dead. It's going to be a 3-0 start. This trailing is ridiculous. I don't think DoZe. Do they maybe go for a shift here, send the CK to the top lane or something? Because right now this is a brutal lane for CK. Up the top lane, Snake King, he's trying to get away from the fire, but can't. Back to the bottom. Ice Queen's dead. That's his 3rd death already.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, I think 3 times you're just gonna make a call, and then we see it. He's like, all right, I gotta go elsewhere. I cannot be at the bottom lane. He comes top, but will fighting PandaS adjust now? That's the curious question. Life Stealer. He's going to turn on a Triceps. And Triceps is just dead. Sentry Ward put down from the fighting PandaS. Obviously to make sure that they could see the Sand King. They're going to just run around on Pingu. I suppose he is fine for now. But yeah, the rotation to set Sand King bottom immediately gets him killed. And DoZe is, I don't know what the answer is, but they got to figure something out here early on because obviously this lane situation isn't the greatest right now. I will say in CS, though, it's actually not too bad. Templar Assassin is keeping it very close with the Magnus. Magnus, of course, has his courier back. Venomancer. Snake King using those now level 2 Plague Wards to try to help with the CS. He's got the early wand. Take advantage of the Bat Rider on the other side. Magnus farming some jungle creeps meanwhile. As we hit 4 minutes, the regen rune picked up by Bryle. So 1 more minute, and those Bounty Runes in the outpost become available. Bottom lane, they dust on up. Triceps. He'll stun both, but here comes the false prawn, or the Fortune's End, excuse me. Knew that was wrong. No nuke needed. They got the finish run with the Eternal Envy, who's already looking at the 3-0-3 hero kill score. He's been involved in all 6 kills on that Life Stealer. Yikes. Of course, 10 more seconds before the neutrals can start dropping their items.
Dire's courier has been killed.
Snake King's courier goes down there at the top lane, it looks like. Bounty Rune control looks to be a split. CK is running in, but choosing not to go for Observer there. Pingu TP's in, though. They want to set up a fight. Moomianer, he's nearby, though. He doesn't have Fortune's End. It's on cooldown. Trying to heal his teammate. It is not going to be enough. So it is a 1-for-1 trade, though. And Moomianer trying to set up a turn now on Ice Queen. But Ice Queen, the Chaos Bolt back in. The stick. He pops the stick at the last second. Pingu, Wave of Terror. It's not enough damage. And well played by Moomianer. He's on a killing spree now. As a result of that, pops the salve and he walks away. The swag right there.
The hidden one. The hidden ones have blessed me.
Shrine together are the fighting PandaS. With Snake King farming nearby. Eternal Envy continues to just push to the bottom lane in. Farm down here, you can see what Eternal Envy's thinking. Thinking they have Heaven's Halberd, and I have Scotty on top of that. So no interest in going the Radiance idea, despite dealing with the CK on the other side. He almost kills. He is going to kill the Sand King. Sand just runs him down. Triceps completely underestimating the damage output. And that feels like one of those situations where a patch just happened. You know, this is not the former Lifestealer. He is slightly changed. He has a bit more move speed now, where the feast works and everything. Bryo, by the way, RP used middle lane. They pop the dust, make sure he cannot hide from them. An alien mana banana does get nuked down thanks to the Oracle and the Purifying Flames. As you see, the Empower is maxed out now from the Magnus, allowing him to jungle that much more effectively as well. Sand King, is he in trouble again? Oh no. Running in, the open wound's already applied. Triceps, he's trapped in place. And Moomiander again, the Purifying Flames takes him out. And that was an Iron Talon found by Magnus. He will love that. Talk about increasing his farm that much more. In the jungle. Batrider, he ain't flying away. Roll on top of him. Batrider's dead. Tusk is going to live. Despite the tower dealing damage, he's got that buckler. That's another item that's proven to be a pretty popular one in the earlier on patch days. Chaos Knight does end up going to Hanamitis, so I mentioned that last game. You got to wonder if that's something that could have helped them. He does pick up the Hanamitis this time around. He actually finds an Ocean Heart, which he immediately will put in his inventory. It's a health regen as well as a mana regen while in the river. And those +5 attributes, static in general too. It's pretty good. Poor Man Shield.
Dire's middle tower
That's
is
found
under
by
attack.
Snaking. Good old Poor Man Shield and Iron Talon back in the game, baby. Trusty Shovel found there from the Templar Assassin. We'll see what he can get with it.
Are scanning.
Oh. More concerned about items than I am about kills. Eternal Levy finds the kill on the Sand King. Oracle, they're pointing at the shrine. They want to catch Vengeful. Or no, who do they got up here? They got the Batrider, actually. That's who they're distracted by. Batrider trying to fly away. Flies over the ice shards. Not the greatest tool against somebody that's flying. But eventually the Firefly runs out in speed. He knows the end is near. Moomiander will take credit for it. Moomiander's 5-0-8. That is insane. 2-0-10 on the Tusk. 5-0-8 on the Oracle. 5-0-5 on the Lifestealer. They're up 14-2 in hero kills. As we're now 9.5 minutes. I apologize. I mentioned 5 minutes for the outpost, by the way, but it is 10 minutes, of course. Those become active. Brow, meanwhile, finds an Arcane Ring as well. So his jungling so far is going very well, I think it's fair to say. Both an Iron Talon and an Arcane Ring. And he, too, is going Heaven's Halberd. So that's going to be their way to deal with these cores on the other side. They're going to have one on both the Lifestealer and the Magnus. Rune spawn. Here we go. Outpost control as well. You see both sides does manage to get one. Get that XP boost. But yeah, both of those Heaven's Halberds are actually going to be finished pretty shortly here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Magnus top farm of the game, follows shortly by Lifestealer, that Chaos Knight, and the Hanamitis. He's 4th right now in net worth. He is going to be able to use it soon. Batrider's going for Oracle. Fate's Edict wearing off. He just pops a false promise, though. Says, all right. Make sure to get away. Delayed a little bit more. Snake King, he gets in here. He does not have Gale. So I believe Batrider will be fine. Snake King passing up the Gale. Just going the 044 build instead. The Poison Sting Plague Ward. No Poison Nova even yet. There's one of the Heaven's Halberds. This one finished by Magnus. Lifestealer, how's he? Yeah, he's almost got his finished. As well as 1,000 gold saved up. Just saw, yes, the Blink on Templar Assassin finished, though, as well. So TA Gonna have that Blink Dagger now. No Desolator yet, of course. Oh, bottom lane Poison Nova has been leveled up. Used right here. Hits a couple of units. The RP canceled. Not needed. They kill the Sankey. And the Skewer on through. Takes out the Vengeful. And now Batrod are trying to run. They have the RP, remember. Can he get close enough? Might not even need it, actually. Tag team ready to go once again. The Shockwave pull in into a tag team slow. And Speed doing his darnest to get away right there, but it ain't going to be enough. Moon Meander, yet another kill to add to his kill list. 7-0-8 on this Oracle now. You see Prowl showing off a little bit with the RP cancel animation.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under
Faded
attack.
Brooch found by Alien Mana Banana. Something he might want to give off to somebody else. Gonna use a shovel soon. It's a trusty shovel gonna find. Oh, got some TP scrolls. He has 5 TP scrolls now. I don't think that's what he wanted. There's the other Heaven's Halberd. This one finished by Lifestealer. And safe to say the Fighting PandaS are online, ready to go. Well, both the outposts are controlled right now by DoZe. Still have another 2 minutes, though, before the next XP game. As we see, Fighting PandaS going to push the mid lane. Deal some damage to the tower. Templar Assassin just going to distract a little bit, but realizing she can't defend by herself. Will she get help? How's the Sand King doing? He's got to fail. Does have a TP ready, but doesn't seem like DoZe has any interest in protecting their mid-tier 1 tower. They just give it up. You see Magnus, by the way, he does queue up the Axe. So that's that new Axe we were talking about. I've heard that. It's actually pretty damn ridiculous. So not surprising there. Queen, he TP's out in front of the open wounds. So he makes this getaway. DreamLeague still wants to make a play, though. He goes in, disarms the TA, but he's in a fairly bad spot. He's up here pretty far. Instead, he sits on top of Sand King, though. Finally gets the team support, and Sand King's just dead. Now the chase further, no RP. As Vengeful Spirit gets the shard block from his new teammate, Owie. Tusk just slightly missed time in the shard, though. Pingu. They find him again, though. He's got a swap. Can he maybe make a play? Doesn't look like it. Colonel Levy just simply right-clicks him down with the open wounds. Alien Mana Banana going to be disarmed yet again. Now he just has to try to run the RP, pulls him back in, and there's no chance. The Batrider also caught part of this. The Shockwave on through. They get the one. Nice blink out from TA. So TA's still alive. Melts in, gets a turn kill out of Tusk. Says, I'm taking you with me, but a double kill for Eternal Envy. When it's all said and done, 21-3 hero kill lead right now, favoring the Fighting PandaS. And there's 15 minutes. The bottom outpost was still controlled by DoZe, so they managed to take advantage there. TPN? Nope. Pennyman's going to be picked up right in front of him. And Snake King, he'll, of course, take the outpost as well. The other bigger neutral items as we have it 15 minutes now, so yep, here come the tier 2s. Another Shawl picked up for Eternal Envy. We got a Grove Bow picked up by Ice Queen in the meantime. May want to hand that off to your Templar Assassin. Bryle finds the Dragon Scale. Solid stat item. Another Cloak, I wonder. Another Shawl even. This game, it feels a little, I mean, it is still pretty good. There is some nice mix of physical damage as well, so I suppose Venomancer could use another Shawl still. Definitely benefit from it. Maybe you can hand that off.
Dire's top tower is
Maybe
under
give
attack.
the poor man shield to Lifestealer instead. Anyways, top lane, Dust is in. TP, that's canceled immediately. You realize that was going to not work out. Triceps swap in his face, and there's just no chance. He ain't getting away. Pingu. I think it's going to be the same for him. Slowing down, Snaking. Another kill in 7 seconds. Poison Sting's adding up, though. Moon Meander will finish the job. Using those Purifying Flames. Mid lane, Bryle. It's infested inside and just starts running. Now he turns the infest bomb out. Speed. Flying over the ledge right here. The snowball in, the shockwave pull in, and he's just out of range. The shard, of course, not going to do much there as he keeps on flying away.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Tusk has 2 nether shots in his backpack. Okay. Did he hand that off to somebody? He handed one off to Oracle. They're talking about what they want to do. Yeah, Oracle will put it in his inventory now. After the smoke play. Uh-oh, Vengeful. Almost exposed it, but now they catch Speed. Who, despite his name once again, is not going to be speed enough. That was a Falcon Punch to get the Courier. Triceps using his stun. Still gets trapped in here, though, between the shards and the Plague Horde. He had nowhere to go. And he, too, is killed.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Now, Templar Assassin's farm is actually still looking okay. He's second in network, just behind the Lifestealer. As the RP's canceler for Brawl, just once again baiting him out. Blink away. But all 3 cores on the side of Finding PandaS are in a very good spot. And I look back at the CK and back-to-back game now where this Chaos Knight, he starts decent as far as his early farm, but and even this game going the hand of Midas, but to see him still 5th overall in net worth despite that, it's just not good news. This hero's not going to do really anything in this game for you if you're DoZe, unfortunately.
Radiant's top tower
He has his own Heaven's Halberd finished.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
The Axe is almost finished on Magnus, by the way.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
And that makes it a 4-second cooldown, right? Yeah, it makes Skewer a 4-second cooldown. Jesus. Finding PandaS going at the RP on 3. The follow-up, the Poison Nova not really in range because he was trying to deal with the Templar Assassin. Ends up killing him, by the way, but they do kill the Vengeful, and it's a cluster right now in the midst of it. Triceps, he likes it. He pops his Epicenter, doing some good damage, gets a good Lifestealer, and Moonmanor had a false promise himself, apparently. He's still alive for now, but finally goes off, and he's dead. So despite the 3-man RP, it's a 5-for-1 that favors DoZe, a triple kill for Speed. And DoZe suddenly making a statement that this game is far from over. No doubt the key there was Venomancer in the, you can kind of see on the north side, he was caught by Templar Assassin, and he couldn't really follow up to that RP. His Poison Nova, I don't think it hit anyone that got caught in that reverse polarity. And Templar Assassin shredded him and then went to finish the job. Obviously, Batrider getting 3 kills, but I got to think TA was most of that damage. I guess I could have checked right there for how to do that. But point is, TA has her combo of items, feeling pretty good. Sitting with the Grove Bow in her inventory currently, or her backpack, I should say. Queues up a BKB, though. As usual, very good item pickup. See Speed finding their own Dragon Scale. 20 minute, both teams controlling Outpost. So again, both with that bonus XP. We're down to a 3K now. Oh, that's a big item. Imclaw has been one of the more talked about ones. Snake King finds it. Who does he give that to? I'm guessing he gives that to the Lifestealer. Right now, just going to sit in this backpack, but again, this is obviously the thing with so many of these neutral items is you only have 6 slots to use them. So, obviously, Lifestealer now, he has a stick, he has some dust of appearance, so he certainly could throw that in his inventory, I feel. As he's also getting close to finishing his Eye of Scotty. Follow up to the Heaven's Halberd. But this build doesn't necessarily scream that this heavy scaling build. So I kind of look back at this this Eye of Scotty, and obviously I understand that Lifestealer has changed. So I'm not going to sit here and really question it, honestly, the more I'm thinking about it. Like, the game's changed so much, Lifestealer's changed. It's not crazy to see some changes here when it comes to the item progression. But the idea it's going to be pretty difficult to get away from him once he has the Eye of Scotty is certainly there. Thanks to that move speed increase as well in the Rage. God, Venomancer also gets a Heaven's Halberd. So the gameplay for fighting PandaS is no matter how Templar Assassin gets farmed, they have ways to just completely disable her in these fights. In fact, 3 of them on 3 different heroes. It does get to a point, though, where you got to wonder, it's, you know, where's your own damage output? It goes back to that. So, again, we mentioned the Skewer now, 4-second cooldown due to the Ags of Magnus being picked up. So we're going to now see what truly it can do, perhaps in the next upcoming fight. You'll see it's almost used as a blink right here, kind of anti-mage style, you know, going from one camp to the next quickly. It's a clever way to do it. TA's porting somewhere. Gonna go back to base, it looks like. Finishes the BKB, so, and actually swaps in the Grove Bow as well. So, wonder if DoZe is gonna look to get some aggressive play out themselves, maybe go for a smoke play. Meanwhile, Eternal Envy in the Roshan pit. They smoked in themselves, and they are going for Roshan. Right now, DoZe doesn't have vision of the area, and Fighting PandaS taking full advantage of it. So they're going to get this Aegis, likely to Lifestealer. Still with the Imp Claw in the backpack.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Considering they're just lacking damage in general, it feels like, I really, you know, it seems like Lifestealer could definitely use that Imp Claw over one of these 2 items. But either way, the fight commences. The Roshan, the Aegis is picked up by Eternal Envy. RP hits 2 as they come in. Vengeful Spirit, he's in a bad spot. Maybe the first one to die. He's still alive somehow. The Infest Bomb going out from Eternal Envy. No kills just yet, though. Skewer out. Coming out from Bryle. They finally kill the Vengeful Spirit, but now Bryle's in an awkward spot, but he is able to skewer away again thanks to that axe, but a false promise is needed. He could not skewer over the ledge. Alien Man of Banana, he's dead, though. Out for 80 seconds. Got caught in no man's land. And obviously the Poison Nova was doing work throughout the fight as well. The longer the fight lasted, it was bound to be a better fight for the Fighting PandaS, and it proves to be that way in the end, as they also catch Batrider up north. So the initiation solid from DoZe. They didn't get there in time, though. The Aegis picked up by Eternal Envy, and Fighting PandaS able to turn it. So now that 6,000 net worth lead. They have the Aegis on Eternal Envy. He's got his Eye of Scotty finished. And now the Fighting PandaS certainly to make a play from here. And again, that was the first BKB used from Templar Assassin.
This will do just fine.
Showing that off. Dead for another 30 seconds. MKB now finished by Chaos Knight, by the way. That's going to be delivered out. Meanwhile, Sand King gets picked off down here, and this is going to be both outposts controlled by Fighting PandaS. I don't think the Radiant can get here in time. Yeah, you see Pingu, I think, pings it out, or maybe that was somebody else. But either way, that's going to be experience bonus for Fighting PandaS, and none for DoZe. Also making a point to control those bounty runes.
Blessings.
Meanwhile, TA gets this repair kit. All right. That can help out in terms of defending. Bryle gets the Mindbreaker on the other side, though.
Radiant's bottom tower
Once
is
again,
under
having that
attack.
chance to silence on first attack.
Radiant's bottom
Vengeful
tower
Spirit will
has
hold on to that
fallen.
repair kit for now. Lifestealer is the one that gets the Mindbreaker. Claw still in the... I don't know why that's tilting me so much, but even like, just move it into your inventory. Oh god, I tried to move it and I just froze. The game didn't like that. I guess as a spectator, you should not try to move backpack items into an inventory, or else this could happen. All right. Yep. Nope. And we're out. Okay. Yeah, I did not like that. Just trying to help. My bad.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is under attack.
All right, jumping back in. It looks like Speed got picked off. Eternal Levy's going to TP out in front of him with the Rage. Bryle's still hanging around as if he wants to go. He has a Radiance, by the way. So they do end up getting a Radiance just on the hero you maybe wouldn't expect. How about this build on Magnus? Definitely not something we would have seen in the previous patch. Radiance, Ags, with that Heaven's Halberd first. Yeah, TA's Refraction is not going to be all too useful this game. Certainly needs to make use of that BKB, and it looks like she did activate it again, so we did miss that action. Due to the DC there. So with the BKB down for another 24 seconds. I'm guessing Lifestealer still has the Aegis. Yes, he does. He also has a Basher now. So likely, I was thinking the Abyssal Blade, certainly a powerful item on him. I mean, it's even before it was, but now with that whole Blink Strike, that could be fun. Craggy Coat. Minus 35 attack speed for Veno, but plus 13 armor. Armor is pretty damn good against this opposition. Triceps caught again, by the way. Love looking at these neutral items. Missing kills. I believe TA just got her own Mindbreaker, or at least they might have found one, but there's a lot of TBs over here to the outpost. Dingu? Oh, he TP's out in time. Manages to escape, and Chaos Knight actually is the one carrying the Mindbreaker, so here the Aegis being reclaimed. Mid lane, initiation somewhere. That's the Lasso trying to survive. It's not going to matter though. Alien Mana Banana. He avoids the RP. The BKB's up, and he's putting some damage into the Magnets. It is not enough so far though. Eternal Levy now turns his attention, puts the disarm out himself. And back here, CK. He's just trying to live. The Infest spawn puts him down a little lower. Buyback from the Batrider. Sand King's up in 2 seconds, but CK's dead for 70. Has a buyback. They did get Oracle. Snake King Poison Nova was used, so do you buy back on the CK? There is no BKB on Templar Assassin. So far, they're not. Vengeful Spirit gets his 4-staff off. Whoa. That's a mistake. Yep, that's unfortunate. Anyways, they keep on going, and Vengeful's going to end up going down right there. Batrider. Walrus Punch connects, they take him out. Triceps, he cannot get out either, so the Barrel Strike not in time. And it ends up being 4 deaths on the side of DoZe, so no buyback from the CK. And supporting Cash just continuing to get chased down. As TA eventually just ports back to base, realizing they got to try to defend now. 29.5 minutes in, the base taking damage. There's a tower kill. TA doing what she can with the illusion there, as well as CK now back up. Vengefuls back up as well. Templar Assassin, they get on top first. She's forced to pop the BKB. Lift up. We have hit 30 minutes, by the way. Lift up on the CK, gets skewered back. Massive skewer back. But he's actually feeling good right now. Lifestealer was picked off. And now fighting PandaS needs to retreat. Venomancer also goes down. They catch up to the Magnus, but with these skewers, he takes Triceps for a ride right there. He manages to grab the DD, and he'll keep on skewering away, so that will be the end of it. As he gets the hell on out of there. But yeah, Lifestealer goes down. And they only lost the tower. Only the tier 3 going down for DoZe. I believe both outposts were controlled by the Fighting PandaS as well, so the experience gained for them once again. And Templar Assassin is actually doing a good job of keeping up their notes, surprisingly. Also got the Enchanted Quiver. So that's quite the bonus right there. Every 8 seconds going to have that bonus 400 range and 175 magic damage with True Strike on top of that. So that is a hell of an item to pick up for this TA.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's structures are fortified.
Batrider with the spider legs. That's also a pretty good item on this hero. By the way, they get exposed. Smoke is out. Here we go. The engagement RP catches Chaos Knight. Phantasm already popped. He gets skewered back over to the Shrine. Shrine used by the Dire team. They lost their Oracle, though. Got picked up quickly. Alien Mana Banana now focusing his next target in that Tusk. Remember that first damage coming out, but Tusk with the Crimson Guard helps to keep him alive for now. Buyback from CK, by the way. As he died, he's coming back. Oracle cannot. Oracle's out for another minute. They roll on a Sand King. They finish him off. BKB is, of course, on cooldown for Templar Assassin, but look at Lifestealer still manning up despite that, and perhaps correct, especially with the follow-up of the team. There's another buyback, this one from the Sand King, as he now makes a play back in. CK back into the fight, of course. He's looking for the engagement opportunity. Skewer away from Bryle, though. They have TA low. TA very low. In fact, TA's dead, but she buys back. So last ditch effort here for DoZe. Can they fight back in the long run? They lose CK again for a tieback. They lose the Sand King as well. The same situation. And it's just too scattered of a fight for DoZe, unfortunately. The no buybacks across the board now, and that could all but do it in favor of the Fighting Pandas. It looks to be the case. Templar Assassin just making her way back to base. Or she's trying to, but the mobility of the Axe Magnus is pretty ridiculous. The constant skewering. And they call the GG. So it's official. 2-0 for Fighting Pandas over DoZe. So strong start for the Fighting Pandas. Of course, expected, let's be honest. Certainly the favorites coming into this. But DoZe putting up a fight themselves. I look back at the CK, though. It felt like the CK was more of a comfort pick than anything in both games. Not necessarily this great pick in both games. And on top of that, the TA 10th pick into what was that Venomancer on the other side, the Refraction just was not going to last. And that also proved to be an issue, I feel. So the draft maybe need to clean things up a little bit again. Post-patch, it is difficult, certainly. It's hard to put blame 100% on something like that when there's so many changes that took place. But certainly credit to Fighting Pandas as well in terms of the play. They looked clean and taking advantage and playing it right as far as the objectives go. They definitely put priority on those outposts in both of those games. And it definitely helped them scale into the late game, as is the idea, of course. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got our first series in the books here for tonight so far for the North American region. DoZe losing to Fighting Pandas. The Fighting Pandas now, again, 2-0, 1-0-0, however you want to look at it. DoZe will be 0-0-1. A lot more matches to be played, though. You have 5 teams in each group, so you play 8 games in total. We still got plenty more both today as well as tomorrow from the group stages. So, again, guys, I'm Breaky CPK. Sit tight. We got our next series coming up, which... what is our next series? It's going to be Chaos. Chaos coming off their 2-0 victory over J-Storm earlier on today. They're going to now play the Open Qualifier team in We Dislike Bears. Jenkins, Ray Lalisa, a couple of players on that roster that you may recognize. So that series is going to be starting shortly. Sit tight. We'll be casting it. Stay tuned.